Hello everybody! Today we are doing a writing story. It is my writing story, yes, Peter's writing story. Welcome back everybody to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful time wherever you are, morning, whatever. Today we are going to be doing a writing story. I hope this video isn't too long because I'm pretty old at this point. I'm 18 and I'm going to show you how it all started, so let's get going. I was 5 years old when I rode my first ever horse. We were at this little fairground and there was just this little horse tied up to a wagon, and my mum was just like, oh, let's go, because she's an equestrian. My whole family was an equestrian. Well, at the time I was the only child. My mum has very bad footage back then because I'm really old, and that basically just sparked the love for horses. After that we went to a riding school, and that riding school was pretty good for like your first ever. This pony here was called Cookie. He was a little dun pony. He was the best to learn how to ride on. I really loved him, and I basically at that riding school just did a little bit of the basics: walk, trot, poles, canter. At the time, I'm 6, so it was a year between because we had to move house and stuff. I had a really lovely instructor and the best experience at this riding school. There wasn't really any hacking, I will say that, because there really just was not. And that's probably why I love hacking so much nowadays, because I really didn't get that in any of our riding schools, which you'll see. Continuing onwards though, I did have a couple hacks, but this was the only pony I rode at the riding school. I wasn't popped on any others. No, it was only Cookie. Personally, I was quite happy with that. Cookie was amazing. This was my first ever jump. It's safe to say that that was probably one of the only jumps because they had the worst jumping facilities ever. And that's one of the reasons why we moved to a different riding school, which you'll probably see in a moment. After that first jump, I really wanted to do lots of jumping, so that's part of the reason why we moved to this next riding school, and it was really a great riding school. Here is the amazing Cadb. This was the pony I was mostly put on at our new riding school. It was sad to leave the old one, but it's safe to say that it was definitely a good choice. I was 7 when I moved to this new riding school, so we had spent a year in the last one, and I loved how you could tack up in this one. Well, I managed to groom. The saddle and bridle were a bit too complicated for me because I was only 7, but I was allowed to groom the pony before I got on, which was just amazing, and it really helped with my experience. The reason I didn't enjoy my time as much at this riding school is because Cadb was a bit of a, let's just say, boring pony. Cadb is a dressage pony. She was a dressage pony, and they kind of wanted me to do more dressage. I did do quite a lot of jumping anyway, and in the summer I even did my first ever dressage show, which was absolutely phenomenal. She was amazing. It was so fun. I didn't place. I was really little. I was only 7. What can you say? But it was such a great time anyway, and I thought to myself that I would definitely be doing more of these. Continuing onwards, it's not all about the shows. That was pretty much the only show I did for a very long time. Here you can see us doing a few bigger jumps, which I was just happy all the way with, and really just enjoyed myself so much. It was just amazing when we were jumping, and the feeling of flying over fences. It just really sparked in me the idea of this could be really fun if I did it like all day, every day. And pretty much that's what I do now. Here we are doing a little bit of lower jumping because she wasn't good at jumping in herself, but that's kind of the only reason we didn't really do jumping. But that was not the only pony I ever rode. Yes, most of the time I was put on her, but there was another little cheeky pony, which you'll see in a minute, who I was put on. But Cadb was amazing all the way. I still love Cadb, and I was so grateful for my twice a week riding lessons. She was so spiffing and so cute, and really just a bundle of cuteness. But this next pony, her eyes will melt your heart. This here was Little Lace. I was only popped on her a few times because she was such a good jumper, and they just wanted me to do more dressage, and she was a bit more for the older kids. But of course, when I was 9, I was put on her a little bit more, and I just enjoyed myself so much when we were flying over the fences. I even got put on like some bigger fences and bigger courses on her. And yes, the day came. My parents saw how much I loved riding her, and I got to loan her. So here's me taking her up. I learned how to do that. I loved loaning her. It was just amazing. I learned so much from my experience from her. She was phenomenal at everything, especially jumping. Here I am doing a slightly bigger fence. She was the dream pony. Her eyes were so cute and her little show jump was cut. Sadly, the permission was not to do any shows. We were not allowed to do any shows, which kind of upset me because I was really hoping that we could do some big shows now that I had a lone pony of my very own. But no, there was no shows for me, sadly, because she didn't really like shows, and there was a couple other reasons of their terms and policies and stuff like that. Basically, we just didn't do any shows, but I was happy to be galloping around the arena, flying over fences, anything, as long as it was with her. She was just amazing. Little Lace, I owe most of my experience to her. We had her until I think I was about 10 or 11, don't really know, but I know I got her when I was 9 as a little lone pony. She was so very precious and so very perfect. She was just everything you could dream of in a first pony. But sadly, guys, I did have a massive confidence knock on her, and it was over a jump. Now, it wasn't like really painful. I didn't have to go to hospital, but it just scared me of riding, and you'll see that in a minute. But I just want to explain that after that, I didn't ride for about 4 years. So I was 11 when it 10. I was 10 when it happened, and then I didn't ride again until I was 14. At 14, I rode a friend's pony because they needed me to ride it. Here comes the fall. Here it is. It's very painful. I landed on a jump. Anyway, the friend's pony just didn't have, she was going on holiday. She didn't have anyone to take care of him. So I offered because I was the only one. This pony upset me so much because she scared me, because she jumped massive. She was jumping huge. She was going so fast. And every jump I thought, this is it. I'm going to die. I'm off. But then I continued riding and my saviour came along. Meet Pirate. I still love Pirate today, and Pirate is just generally the best pony in the entire world. Pirate is absolutely amazing, and I got him when I was 16. I'd only been riding friends' ponies, and I feel really unconfident on them. But when I got on Pirate, I felt the most confident I think I'd felt for years on a horse. And in the summer, I used all that confidence and competed in my first ever event. We had the best time ever, and Pirate was just amazing. There was many more events to come after that, and Pirate excelled in everything. Pirate was just amazing. I never, ever would sell this horse. He's just amazing. He's perfect. Even if we did do the smallest show jumping class there was in the eventing, and I trotted the whole way around, I probably should have got eliminated, but I didn't. Hint, hint, that'll come later in a couple seconds. But I only felt confident enough to canter one jump, and if I was on any other pony, I would have bailed out already by the first second of the dressage. But on him, the confidence just flooded in me, and even in the cross country, which was terrifying because we were going over these big fences, I still had confidence because he gave me such confidence. And even though we had some of the wonkiest lines, which make me cringe, and this jump was huge, and I thought I was dead, but I was not. I kept going, guys. I kept going, and I crossed the finish line, and yeah, I came third, which is amazing for our first event. I still love this boy today, and we go on hacks around the countryside. We do jumping, cross country, we do everything. If you want to know more about him, go watch the Meet My Horses video. Enter Ginger. Ginger is the horse I got in 2024, and Ginger was absolutely amazing. Ginger was everything you could dream of in a dressage gelding. He strutted his way around the arena. He was fantastic, and he felt just like this big softie. And he was a gelding, and him and Pirate get along great because they're both geldings, and I'm a boy as well, so we all get along great. And This boy ain't the best at jumping, but he is great at dressage, and he puts his heart and soul into everything he does. He'll turn his heels up at any discipline. We've done a bit of everything now. We've had him for a little while. We're just trying our best. At this point, I'm 18, and I'm just loving life. We're chilling. Can't wait to get out to some shows with this boy. Haven't quite got to there yet. Here is us doing some exercises. We tried really hard to build up his muscle in jumping because he'd been out of work for a little bit. But apart from that, he was amazing, and he's so good at dressage. Not the best at cones. We'll improve on that, guys. We'll improve. But everything else, he was amazing, and he's just phenomenal. I love him just as much as I love Pirate, and they're both such big parts of my heart and my life, and he just makes me feel so confident. So does Pirate. They both are amazing, and if I ever have that little moment of doubt, I just give one of them a big hug on the neck, and everything just feels confident again, and I feel amazing. Everything feels so good when I'm riding them. There feels like there's nothing we can't do. They're both such amazing horses, and I'm 18. My name is Peter, I'm 18, I own 2 amazing geldings, and that is my riding story. I hope you all enjoyed my riding story. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope everybody understands more about me now, and where my confidence comes from, how I handle things, and all those obstacles and things you probably wouldn't understand without this. So, without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye!